perhaps the most ironic thing is that the number one field being sort of disrupted is software programming. That domain is now being in sort of entirely disrupted by AI coding agents. And if you are somebody listening to this and you said, "Oh, I tried AI coding agents a year ago. It was like vibe coding. Yeah, it kind of helped me write a little bit of code here and there, but it wasn't dependable." Or if you looked at it 6 months ago and you had that same opinion, something happened in December. I'm a big believer in these sort of emerging capabilities. Something happened in December 2025, and we are now able to essentially give AI coding agents incredibly high-level directives that require it to go research and plan and code and test for hours and hours and hours at a time. And when it's done, it just works. You can build entire applications by just describing what you want. And that wasn't possible just a handful of months ago. So the pace is accelerating, like we've already talked about. And, maybe if you're not in the software world, you don't realize this, but there's this old saying, like from about 15 years ago, that software was eating the world because software was slowly being embedded into every aspect of our life. Well, AI is eating software now.
Yeah. Wow. So, Ron, I can't stand the fear-based bullshit that everybody throws out about AI, but do you see this? Are we on the edge? I agree with you. I don't think this is a slightly incremental change. This is, fundamentally different. And is this, are we going to enter the dark ages, or are we going to enter the next renaissance?
Yeah. I mean, it's a great question. I'm not going to pretend that I have a crystal ball. I do think that I say this all the time, which is I would not be working on this if I thought it posed a categorical threat to humanity that was going to be completely outside our control. That said, I do genuinely believe there is a non-trivial chance, I would probably put it, in the low single digits, that there could be some accidental runaway AI situation where we get to a point, the emergent capabilities are achieved that provide us with super intelligence, and something happens and there's a runaway process. I genuinely am optimistic that's not going to happen, and I'll give one reason why, among many, which is these AI systems, as they become more intelligent, there's been throughout history this sort of line that as we as a species have become more intelligent and become better at controlling our world and better able to feed ourselves and clothe ourselves and improve through technology, murder rates have gone down, war rates have gone down. It may seem bad now, but it was really bad, back in the day. And so I don't think there is a direct line with that you can draw that says, higher intelligence will result in destruction. I think we could end up in a situation very much like what you see in the movie Her, where as intelligence becomes greater, the need to dominate and destroy diminishes in equal proportion. And then the other thing is that
more civilized society.
For civilized society, exactly. And the other thing is there won't be evolutionary pressure on these systems to compete in that way, meaning they won't have to, like we did, live in a world that is very, very, competitive and nasty, and just being able to feed your family thousands of years ago, defend your family was really, really challenging. And I think that evolved certain behaviors that we won't necessarily see in these AI systems.